And it is Thursday, November 17th, 2022. Rod is having technical difficulties, but he should be here soon. We'll be asking him. We're going to want a full blow by blow recap of the entire chain of events. So don't worry, we're not going to miss a single expletive from that. Zwacky's got the technical difficulties. It's like he didn't fall off the
Oh
bandwagon, did he?
no! Oh no! I just got a picture. He's got the restarting screen, the blue restarting screen.
That's funny. Anyways, we've got a lot of games today. We've got NFL football. We've got college basketball. I still have a lot of picks to put in. I'm so far behind these days. It's like it's ridiculous. I think we're fighting the good fight on these college hoops videos. We're not getting them all, and I cut out a few college football videos while I was doing them. So if you're looking for the Air Force game this week, it's not going to happen for you. Also, I find that people don't watch Wake or Vandy videos too much. Wake, it's like they don't like Wake. We did a video on Penn State Furman, so you could check that out. My opinion has not changed at all since 4 hours ago when I shot the video. Check that out though. Anyways,
Yeah, it's the days. There's never enough hours in the day, and I think that. This is the time of year where that's never been more true.
so there was a guy I got an email. We're waiting for Rod. I got an email from a guy who wanted to like edit our podcast. Is what he said he wanted to do.
Oh.
Sent an email. He's going to edit our podcast and post it for us. I'm like, I don't see the value in this. He goes, but all the planning and all of the everything that you put into your podcast, shouldn't you go? It's like we don't plan at all. We kind of just record the live show and throw it out there. It's like, well, you must have a reason to do it. It's like, you clearly don't watch our show.
At that point, it gets like selective words spliced together, and it's like it starts saying something like,
Yeah,
"My tiny underpants ended up in France."
We have some other stuff, coming, but nothing too exciting. But anyways, if those of you joining us late, we're trying to bide some time while we wait for Rod. Watching Survivor last night again, it's like I clearly would be the first voted off. It's like
you're eating the entire bowl of rice.
I thought like at first like I'd either win or I'd be the first voted off. But I mean, I wonder, like, what do you think the over-under on me tolerating these people would be? It's like I would last about 10 seconds. It's like I'm sick of every one of you. It's like vote me out, get me the hell out of here.
You're at tribal council. You're doing the thing where you hold up your thing and you wrote your own name.
Just get me the hell out of here. I'm sick of every one of you. It's like you people make me sick.
You see Probst opening the thing, and it's just like, why is your name on every single? Did you write your own name?
There's no need to vote tonight.
You're like, here, I'll take care of this for you. Grab the thing. I snuffed out my flame for you.
He gets so mad when people quit.
Yeah, he does.
He gets so mad.
It's like that old thing. It's like you always say, like, oh, people, you could have had, you took away the opportunity from someone who actually wanted to be there.
Yep. It's amazing. I haven't seen a lot of quitters recently, but you have in the past.
Yeah.
But we've got NFL football tonight. I guess we'll go without Rod until he figures it out. Waited 5 minutes. Packers taking on the Titans. And, it's an odd game. This weather. And Titans are missing a bunch of guys for this one. On the defense, especially. But, I don't know. What do you think, Chris? It's like the betting tools say over. I think under.
Yeah, I still, you know what? I actually still like the Titans here, plus the points. I just have a hard time getting away from the Packers and their 26th ranked rush defense, trying to stop Derrick Henry. And remember, this is a Packers team that did find themselves in a back and forth overtime game with the Cowboys just 4 days ago, and I even though yeah the Packers won that game. But I'm not so sure that the offensive issues for the Packers are solved. I think it was just a good game from the Packers. This is where we're going to see if maybe there is some carryover from that win. But I I tend to lean towards the Titans here. I take Derrick Henry as well. I think Derrick Henry has a massive game. I think you take the over on his rushing yards, maybe even him to score 2 or more touchdowns.
Yeah, I like the under in this one. I think it's going to be smash mouth. It's going to be cold, crappy. It's supposed to snow, right? So I don't know. It's supposed to be one of the better Thursday games, but this is a game that probably would be better on Sunday. If the guys had the full week to rest and all that other stuff. Of course,
This, yeah, this was a good game on Sunday, or sorry, Thursday when the schedule came out.
yeah,
Not after you've seen 10 weeks of football.
yeah. It just seems that these Thursday games get so diluted, as far as things go.
Yeah.
Those of you joining us late, Rod's not fired. He just has technical difficulties, which is more fun for us because we get to embellish exactly what's going on there.
We have selective storytelling of what we
What
think is
the?
ah.
He's dying over there. Yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, the Packers at 4-6. I think everyone's kind of been waiting for them to wake up.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the YouTube comments here on Penn State. That usually is a good sign to go the other way in that game. Usually I go to the YouTube comments, I just go the other way. But we'll see.
How many wins do you think would get the Packers into the playoffs in the NFC, even in a wild card?
10.
So they need to go 6-1.
No, they would not need to go 6-1. They would need to go, 6-1. 9 could get them in too. 9-8 tiebreakers. I don't know how many of these tiebreakers they have though. They lost to Lions and a bunch of other teams.
Yeah.
Let me see what Tankathon says. They normally just rank the teams one through whatever. So let's see. Tankathon. They have them at 14th. So, yeah, of the 4 and 6 teams, they have them. Oh, this must be not updated. No, they have them there because they have Tampa Bay in at 5-5 and Washington out. So I guess Tampa Bay has the tiebreaker over Washington. But the Packers sitting at the only ones ahead of them in the NFC are is Washington and Tampa Bay. So Tampa Bay has 5 losses, the Packers have 6, and the Packers beat them head to head. So they have the tiebreaker on them.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle at 6-4. Who knows? A lot left to be played. We go to NBA. And it's the Trailblazers and the Nets, the Kings and the Spurs, and the Clippers against the Pistons. Any of these three?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the 2 I gave out in the videos. I like the Portland Trailblazers laying the points against the Brooklyn Nets. I can't figure this Brooklyn Nets team out. I'm not going to try anymore. Portland Trailblazers still a solid team, especially at home, and 11-3 against the spread this season, and they just keep doing a good job building around Damian Lillard. You got just a bunch of above average players that do their job really well. They don't have like a super team, going on in Portland, but sometimes that's not what you need. You just need guys that can do their job, and that's what Portland's been doing. So I like Portland to win that one, especially after watching the Nets give up 153 points in their last game. And I like the under between the Detroit and the Clippers. Detroit, giving up a lot of points on the road, but I don't think the Clippers are a team to take advantage of that. Last in the NBA in terms of adjusted offensive efficiency. One of the worst in the NBA in home offensive efficiency. Detroit, one of the worst in the road offensive efficiency category. I think it's going to be a first to 100 wins kind of game, so I like the under there.
I like the over in the Spurs game. The Spurs just seem to be an over team. It's like they don't really care much about defense. I bet you if the Spurs played the Celtics that they could probably do 300 points. But I like the over in Spurs Kings 238. It's a big one. And then I also like the under in the Clippers Pistons. Pistons can't score, and the Clippers are tough to score on. They like a deliberate pace. The line suggests. I hate that. That means you don't know how to handicap me. The line suggests. The line is just there to get even action on both sides. That's all it is. If you look at the public and all that other action, whatever, it's about 50-50 is the way that it all breaks out at the end of it. 50-50. It's not like the side that's considered the public side loses more, or the side that, is the sharp side wins more. Neither of those play out. It's about 50-50. If you look at the numbers, the actual numbers. Anyways. The line suggests that you stop betting. The line suggests that I miss Rod. Where is he? Let's go get him. Where's Rod at? Anyways. NHL, or should we wait for Rod? Let's wait for Rod. Let's do college football. We're not going to let him catch up either on the sports he missed. We'll mock him. Yeah, we can just make Rod's picks for him.
I was going to say, just put words in his mouth.
Okay. Tulane against SMU. Just one game tonight. We're at that time of the year, it's really, we're doing our college football show after this show with Ron Romanelli, about a half hour or so after this show was when we usually do it. And we just 2 more of those left, and then we'll do a championship show, so 3, and then a bowl show, and that'll be it for our college football for this year. Came and it went. I said it at the beginning of November. I was like at November 3rd, I'm like, this month's flying. And here we are already, 17th. Thanksgiving's a week from today. I'll be doing 3 halftime shows on Thanksgiving as usual. I get fatter and fatter for every show. Like I start off, it's like morning, I'm not eating breakfast, Mitch. And then, around lunch, it's like maybe I had got into the pie already. And then the last show, it's like I've got the top button unbuttoned.
I was going to say you got the stretchy pants.
Pretty much, if there's pants at all involved, at that point.
Same.
We got Tulane and SMU in New Orleans in this one. And you have to remember that this week of college football is senior week for a lot of these players. It's their last home game for a lot of players. So, you always have to take that into account, the emotion that is college football. I know it's hard to get past that New Mexico San Diego State game tomorrow, but we'll go back to today. And I drew that video. It was like, oh my God, yuck. Tulane, SMU. Chris, any thoughts? SMU has looked okay recently, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think this was the SMU, excuse me, that a lot of folks were expecting to see over the course of the season instead of some early season struggles that really derailed their year. And like you said, they've won 3 in a row. and now 4 of 5. I'm still sticking with Tulane in this one, though. I know some people saying, "Oh, there's a potential look ahead with Cincinnati on deck," and the winner of that game, basically, the winner of that game will go to the AAC title game. But I think that if Tulane wants to have that game mean anything, they've got to win this one, because if they win this, if they don't win this one, it forces potential tiebreaker situation. And I don't know. I think Tulane just has to get the job done here. So I lean towards Tulane. I think they win this one by 4-7, but probably a game I'd rather watch than bet.
I like Tulane in this one. I hate teams that can't stop the run, and I think when you play against better teams and you can't stop the run, you're dead every single time. And SMU can't stop the run. They've been gashed on the ground, and I think Tulane's going to be a little salty after the ass whooping they took last week. I know the game only said 7-point difference on the scoreboard, but they were never in it. I mean, they got crushed. Is that Rod calling in the background? Nope, not yet. Not yet. Rod likes the Canucks in that one. Do we go to college hoops and try and save hockey, or do you think Rod's a no-show?
I don't think he's trying. Maybe do NHL. We did all the videos, so.
All right. So you can get Rod's picks on the videos. Let's go to the NHL. We'll skate away into the action here. The Flames, dogs as they should be against the Lightning. Carolina Hurricane against the Avalanche. Got the Panthers against the Stars and the Blue Jackets against the Canadiens. Any of these four, Chris? Aside from Tampa, puck line.
Yeah, sorry, we got it. Yeah, we can't. I mean, that's the obvious one here, but I like the Avalanche against the Hurricanes. I just think this line's being a little bit disrespectful to the defending champs, and Carolina's a solid team, especially at home, but I don't like their goaltending situation right now. Antti Ranta probably going to be the starter for a little bit with Frederik Andersen on the shelf, and I think Colorado, just with that defense, just makes them hard to break down. So.
Guess who's here?
Uh-oh. Did you get in?
Guess who's finally showed up? All right, let's bring him in. There he is. Rod, welcome to the show. We just started the hockey segment. We did college football and NFL. We're not recapping for you. Sorry. We just put words in. We made picks for you. Anyways.
Perfect.
Chris is just doing
Toronto's on Thursday.
Chris is just doing the first 4 games. Chris, get back to fading Calgary here. I got Tampa Bay on the puck line.
You got him on the alternate puck line. I've already seen it. Yeah, I like Colorado in that one. And I'm gonna go with the value. What's that?
How about Tampa Bay?
I think you can go with Tampa Bay. Like I said, I thought it was just a foregone conclusion that it's already automatically placed in the bets. So the other one I like Dallas at the plus money against the Florida Panthers. I think that's where the value is in this game. I don't want to lay minus 172 with the Panthers and what I feel like should be closer to a coin flip. So I'll take the Dallas Stars and the plus money in that one.
Rod, it's Lightning Calgary, Flames or the Carolina against Colorado, Florida Star, and the Blue Jackets against Montreal. The Blue Jackets are coming on. This is their time.
Yeah, I don't know about that. They got to win. Ooh, they got to win. They got to win against the Flyers. I'm not going to crown them anything yet. I think they're still slopping. I'm going to take Montreal. I think Montreal's the better team. I know Montreal hasn't fared so well on the road, but I'm going to stick with them here. I think they are the better team in this matchup, and Montreal snags a win. Probably close game. Might see overtime in that one as well, but I'm going to take Montreal in that one. And I agree. Just keep fading Calgary. Just take Tampa Bay. Take Tampa Bay puck line in that one. I think they pound on the Flames in Tampa Bay. Definitely agree on that one. And if it's not broke, don't fix it. Take the champs. Champs are a chance. Reason they just played a few nights ago, and I think Colorado gets the win again. Just change the venue. That's all.
Huh. Interesting choices. I like Tampa Bay on the puck line against Calgary. No surprise. I'm going with Columbus here. I think they're onto something. Also, I have to say that it really irks me. Like, you ever been around like a bunch of people from Montreal who know English? They know you don't know English, and then they're just talking French like you're not even there. I'll bet against them on this one. Just on that alone. Irks me. It just kind of entered into, when Rod was talking, it just kind of entered into my head. Rod, we decided I'd be the first person voted off on Survivor. I'd be sick of everybody in the first 5 minutes. Sick of all of you. Just get me the hell out of here.
Mitch should be the first. Mitch should be the first person in Survivor history to write his own name down on a ballot.
I take my rice with me. It's like, and I'm taking. It's like I got my rice. My allocation of rice is in my backpack. I'm not leaving it for these.
It's like when they bring the raft with the rice on it or something. It's like, hey, wait, where did Mitch go? He's waving by on the raft.
Right. Like, I can see that.
It's like I write down on the first vote. It's like I write on the first vote if I vote for somebody else. I write on the little sheet, shit for brains. It's like they know who it is. You know, it's like
or it's like
who voted for shit for brains?
Or it's like you don't want them to know it's you, so it's just like you draw like a poop emoji over like the I in their name or something like that.
Oh man, I'd be so gone. I always thought either I'd win or be the first one out, but now, like after watching last night, I just want them to all vote each other out. It's like, I mean, just get me out of here. I'm checking out of this relationship with that show. It's like so bad, man. It's like Married at First Sight. It's like I'm rooting against everybody. It's like if you're having this much trouble in your relationship in the first 3 weeks or first month or first 3 months, you got no chance. I can tell you right now. You got no chance.
You got no chance.
None.
Oh, yeah. No chance.
None. If you're working on yourself and working on it, you got no chance.
You got no chance. Yeah, you're toast already.
None.
Just give up. You're done. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not going to, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. You're not going to make it.
So you're not climbing that hill and cresting the top. No chance.
You got zero chance, man. Like, zip. Got our next set here. We'll go with the Maple Laughs against the Devils. Devils, man, 13-3, 10-0 in their last 10, and they're a dog here against these underachievers. Kidding, right? Is this a joke? Bruins against the Flyers. For those willing to lay minus 375. Bruins 9-0 at home. 14-2 overall. If they gave out Stanley Cups in November, the Bruins would be hoisting it. JETS Jets versus the Ducks. The worst name in sports, up against the Islanders. And the Smudge against the Penguins. I believe that the plural of smudge is smudge. Smudge.
Because smudges.
Yeah, smudges. Huh, we'll have to look it up. Maybe we have a scholar amongst us in the comments. I know our Pick Dogs community is full of Harvard educated. It's like it's like we're like the band of misfits.
From Thank Me Later You.
I mean, I love our community. It's like we're all like the classic underdogs. It's like find people that just don't fit anywhere. Come on in. It's like the water's warm. It's like on the other shows, if you have 2% of your bankroll and you have 3%, it's like we're like kind of looks like a smudge. It's a whale jumping in the shape of a C. It's like I can only imagine like someone that really is like hates our show, like when they tune in, like what they hear. It's like these guys spent 40 minutes talking about a grilled cheese sandwich and 2 minutes talking about the game. It's like, yeah, exactly.
When the hell did we spend 40
But
minutes?
everybody knows what we talk about when we go like this, right? See?
The tenders?
Yeah, see, chicken tenders. See, everybody knows the chicken
Tenders? I could talk about the grilled cheese. I like.
tenders.
Do they have American cheese in Canada?
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
They just don't call it American cheese. They just call it like Kraft singles.
So they call it Kraft singles, but
or no name singles.
but they don't call it American cheese.
No.
They,
They don't call it
Kraft
Canadian cheese either. They're not like, hey,
Yeah,
it's
they just
Canadian.
call them cheese slices.
cheese slices.
They come in thin or thick.
It's crazy. My wife just gave me the shaking head. She just came by the door, poked her head, and just did one of these.
You ever seen those videos on like social media where like someone will take a cheese slice and like throw it on the baby's forehead?
Velveeta. Mills with the Velveeta.
Yes, we have Velveeta slices.
Yeah, we have Velveeta
Definitely.
too. Yeah.
On your grilled cheese?
Yeah, because it comes in a slice. You can buy already slices, so you can put that
What?
onto your cheese.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they have Velveeta slices up here.
Don't worry, I'll put a box of Velveeta slices in with your Christmas care package with your coffee Christmas stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure it has an amazing shelf life.
Oh yeah, definitely. That stuff will keep forever.
Survive the apocalypse.
It's like,
What survived? The water, some soup, and this Velveeta stuff.
it's like you go to someone's house and it's like, can I get you anything? It's like we show up. It's like, do you have any cheese that comes in a jar? It's like,
Yeah, it's like they spent all this time making this nice board of stuff. You got like meats, you got crackers, whatever. You got canned cheese.
can I get you anything? You got any cheese that comes in a jar or a can? It's like, oh man. Anyways, what do you think of these games? Way sidetracked.
I was gonna say the tangent. We have tangents, but this one just went off the rails. This went out into the field.
I was thinking about that because, like, you know, I think when we get our silver play button, you know, I want to say something. Like, I never like go out on like the LinkedIn page, right, and say, you know, oh, I signed this deal and I met. You know, I never do it on LinkedIn. I don't think I've ever posted there. But I think with the button, I'm really excited to post it. So I'm like thinking about what I'm gonna say, you know. And it's like, I just think of our audience, man, our audience. I think, you know, doesn't really, you know, it's like our audience are the people that, you know, they care as much about the grilled cheese as they care about the game they're watching while they're eating the grilled cheese, you know. And I think that's, you know, we're a little different than 2% of your bankroll and 8% in the Vegas is the line. You know, it's like, oh God. It's like, hold that thought. I gotta go to the fridge and see if I got any jarred cheese. Anyways, what do you got, Chris?
You've done you do realize you've done popcorn on a live show. Next is cheese in a jar.
Or they also have. So what about the wine cheese, like that red wine cheese that comes in the plastic container? It's like, they still make that? I haven't had it in a long time.
I've seen red wine cheese. I didn't know it
in
came
a plastic container. You put celery. You put it on celery. Pretend you're eating something good for yourself. It's cheese in a plastic tub on a piece of celery. So
That's the title. That's the title
for you.
Cheese in a plastic tub. Title of my autobiography.
Wait a minute. Tostitos has cheese in a jar.
Yeah, the nacho cheese.
The nacho cheese.
Oh yeah, we used to eat canned cheese in college all the time. Oh God, that
Canned
and
cheese.
thank you, brand dip. We sent a letter to the It's so unacceptable, man.
And he's now that we're off in a field somewhere. That's how far off we've gone.
We have cheese, though. We have lots of cheese.
Well, I don't think we've actually discussed any real cheese yet. That's the beauty of the whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
This is about as processed cheese food product as you get. Processed cheese food product. Cheese in a tub, the rupel.
The story.
Oh man, we should do a show called that.
It's like, it's gonna. Hey, if we're gonna do that, you have to put production value behind it. It has to look like a freaking ESPN 30 for 30 documentary. And have it's gotta have production value. It's gotta have a premiere date on YouTube that people are waiting for.
Oh man.
It'll be next week during Feast Week. You can wear your Feast Week t-shirt.
Yeah, Tony and I have decided that my weekly package next week is going to be called Feast Week.
And Chris is buying everybody Feast Week t-shirts. He's going to get.
Hey, whoa.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself. We gotta get to these games.
Chris is like, whoa, not everybody gets.
Okay.
Because they will be having nachos at the game, which the cheese does fall into the same category, because generally that cheese comes in a can, a large can, and that's not a good sign. Worse for you, do you think? A can of cheese, like of snack bar at a game cheese, or movie theater butter flavoring? What do you think's worse for you?
Cheese.
The cheese?
Yeah.
The cheese. Yeah,
You
I
think so?
The cheese.
Worse than the butter
because
flavoring?
I think that's coconut. That's coconut oil. Like that's they use in that butter in your movie.
That's horrible for you.
It's coconut oil.
It's not butter. It's butter flavoring.
Yeah, but it's coconut oil. I think it's based out of like a coconut oil.
I like to sit back with just a cup of butter flavoring once in a while, watch an old movie. Just a mug full of butter flavoring for me. Chris, go ahead, man. Just do these games.
How come this popcorn's dry?
I'm muting
because
myself.
I'm muting
myself
the butter
because
over here in the mug.
I'm gone at this point. It's like
I'm busy in the YouTube.
And we haven't even got to college hoops.
Yeah, I know. I'm busy in the YouTube comments writing the tagline for this movie. I like the Islanders here at the plus money. I'm done with the Nashville Predators. I just think that the Islanders probably get the job done here. They play that defensive style of hockey that really gets under the opposing team's skin and sort of throws you off your game. And I just think that Nashville just finds a way to lose this game. So I'm going to take the Islanders. I think that's where the value is at plus money in that one. And I like the Minnesota Wild. Give me the Wild here. They're playing some solid hockey right now. And the Pittsburgh Penguins, just when you thought they turned a corner, they go ahead and put up a dud against the Maple Leafs. And I think Minnesota gets the job done on home ice, starting to play better hockey. So give me the Minnesota Wild in that one.
Holy crap.
And I like
Go ahead.
I like the other side of that one. I know we're butting heads still. I'm going to take Nashville at home. They've dominated the Islanders. I know it's not the same teams face each other, but Nashville in recent history has dominated these Islanders. So I think it's a close tight game, and I think Nashville squeaks out a win in that one. And the other one I like the under in the Devils and the Maple Leafs. 6.5 goals seems like too many. I think both defenses shine in that one. You got a closer type game, like 3-2 type game in that one. So I like the under 6.5 in that one. And I agree. Take the Wild over the Pittsburgh Penguins. Penguins on the road have been awful this season. 3-5-2. Yeah, they had definitely not looked good on the road. And this Minnesota defense playing lights out defense. holding teams to under 2 goals a game, 1.9 over their last 10. I think the smudges in that one.
So what I found out is that on Amazon you can get butter flavored popcorn topping. 128 ounces is $29. It comes with the pump, and the nutritional information is 1 tablespoon, which I don't know how many tablespoons are in a pump. I'm gonna guess there's several, and normally we get a few pumps in there. 120 calories, 14 grams of fat in each tablespoon of that stuff, and the ingredients are actually soybean oil, beta carotene, artificial butter flavoring, which I thought is what we were getting to begin with, TBHQ, and citric acid added as an antioxidant. Hey, I don't know.
How do you get your antioxidants? Me, I do acai berries. How about you? Butter flavoring.
Oh my God, man.
I do smoothie bowls.
Shots of butter, everybody. Antioxidants all around.
Snappy butter burst.
Was that your nickname in college?
It could be. It is now. Buttery flavor popcorn topping, a gallon with the pump. It's like Amazon's here. Yes. Anyways, let me look at these games. Oh, man, I like the Devils against Toronto. That doesn't even make sense to me. The Bruins at -375, unplayable. I guess I'll go with the Flyers. I mean, I don't even know what else to do. I'll take the these are crazy lines. I like the Islanders against the worst name in sports. And I'll go with the Smudge. Got the Blues against the Capitals, Vegas against Arizona, Seattle Kraken versus the Rangers, and San Jose Sharks versus the Red Wings.
Yeah, the couple I like here. I'm going to take my shot with the Arizona Coyotes. At the really nice plus money, plus 315. The Vegas Golden Knights, the better team here without question, but they really burned me against the San Jose Sharks a couple of nights ago. And this Arizona team, you never thought you'd say it, but if a win here would bring them back to 500 on the road through 12 road games. They've been playing some decent hockey on the road. And how many times have we seen these -400 favorites fall in not just hockey, but pretty much in any sport? I think the underdog definitely holds some value here. Chance to make 3 times your money on one game. I'm in. Sign me up. I'll take the Coyotes there. I'm also going to take the Red Wings. I'm just not laying -125 or any sort of juice with a team that's 1-8 at home. And I'm going to take the Rangers. I think the Rangers just the better team. Anytime you can get one of the best goaltenders in the world at a decent price against a fairly inexperienced, well, I shouldn't say inexperienced, but Kraken team that still has a lot to prove. I'm going to take the Rangers in that one.
I think the Rangers, as the Kraken, played their better hockey on the road. 3-4-2 at home this season. They've definitely been playing way better on the road. Have the Kraken, and I think this is where they start making them. They were Eastern finalists last season. What I like here, I like the Blues. Continue to winning. This Capitals team on the road, 2-6. They have not been good on the road, and missing a whole bunch of guys. I think this is where it starts to catch up to them, and they start dropping games. And I agree. I think the Coyotes are a good shot, but I'm not going to go straight out. I'm going to go with the +1.5. I think it's a 1-goal game. Root for the Coyotes to upset the 1.5 against the plus money.
Well, Chris, this is a 4-pack of 140-ounce bags of nacho cheese. It has a straw that comes with that or something. How does that work, Rod? Is that like a pouring mechanism, or is it
because you have to, because that. Yeah, because when you undo
it's
the
like if you throw it in a backpack, you
straw,
can't have it around. Because I see people
the straw. Yeah, the straw.
It's attaches, like the Camelback.
The straw attaches. Yeah, so it comes down so you can be able to hit the pump to be able to squeeze out your nacho cheese. You hit the button so that tube goes into where the bag. There's a cap on the plastic bag to open it up, and then you would
You knew Rod would
straw
be an
thingy
expert at this.
to it,
You know? It's
and then
like,
you
he's got
and
the
then you
whole
and then
process.
and then it drops right into a warmer, which keeps it warm and hot.
What's the
and
ideal
gooey, and then
temperature
your straw
for?
comes
What's the ideal temperature for a bag of cheese sauce?
just not boiling and not simmering, not bubbling. You don't want a rolling bubble. You just want it warm, like a fondue pot, just enough warm so you warm goodness and not enough to burn your face off. We don't want to be causing any cheese burns. Nobody wants to get burnt by hot cheese.
I just heard the words cheese bubble, and I was like,
What about what about a bag of hot cheese sauce? Could you heat it in the bag, like in the microwave, and then pour it?
You could probably
Or like in a warm bath,
totally
like in a water bath, like heat it in there and then just kind of
like sous vide, like a sous
Yeah,
vide cheese
yeah,
bag. Definitely sous vide
I like my bag of
cheese
cheese.
because that's all you want. You just want it warmed.
Just tell our chef whatever you'd like. And they do.
you just put it in a bath, you light a candle next to it. It's like, you take your time. You soak.
Those of you joining us late, that's 4 bags of nacho cheese at 140 ounces each. It's cheddar flavored, Chris.
Nice.
It's just for you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh. You could rig it up that you could put it in a backpack and bring it to the game and have nachos and give it.
You see the guy with like
everybody gets nachos.
What would happen if you like did that? Do you think they would
Cheese?
nail you at the entrance of the gate? You can't bring it. It's on the ticket. No bag of nacho cheese.
It's like, but I bought a ticket for the cheese.
It has its own seat.
The cheese has its own ticket.
It's like when you buy a second airline seat. It's like,
he'll be leaving early.
gotta beat the traffic.
Oh man. Oh, all right. we got. Did we do these games? The last 4?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a tough show. How did we get here? I mean, normally I can trace the path, but I'm gone here on this one. It's like, I mean, we got. Is there anything else? Oh, I know what happened. It was like, you had someone's house. Is there anything else I get? Every cheese that comes in a jar. That was the answer. That's how we got there. Oh. We're all adults here. They're so You think this is the part when they said I was too unprofessional, like to be on their YouTube show? Do you think this is something that you think there was something they wouldn't appreciate? Today's cheese segment.
It's their loss.
Yeah. Well, it's more cheese for the rest of us.
Right?
I'm not paying for that ticket. I'm not paying for that ticket for that bag of cheese.
It's like you imagine the person next to you. So how do you two know each other?
We met on Amazon and I got the 4-pack. $94. American or Canadian? American.
Oh.
You missed Furman, Penn State, so everyone's pissed at us, but I did a video on it. It took Furman. Got UMass against Colorado, Virginia Tech against Old Dominion, Texas A&M versus Murray State, South Carolina versus Colorado State, Troy versus Merrimack, Kansas State versus Kansas City. Butler versus St. Francis, Pennsylvania. St. John's against Nebraska. Chris, any of these do it for you?
Yeah, I like Murray State plus the points against Texas A&M. I know this is not the same Murray State team that we've seen year in and year out, but it's still a decent team nonetheless. And Texas A&M plays that defensive style where I think 12.5 points, it's just hard for them to cover games. I think they win games, fairly comfortably. But this to me just feels like, a 64 or 66-59 kind of game, a 7-point win for Texas A&M if they win by that many. So I like Murray State plus the points in that one. And I also like the under 140.5 between Butler and St. Francis, Pennsylvania. We've seen Butler start to take a step back. They played a slower style against Penn State, and while St. Francis not necessarily the caliber of Penn State, and I still think it's going to be a bit of a lower scoring game. I see that one getting to 130 max, so I'm going to take the under 140.5 in that one.
Rod?
Definitely not enamored with this time spot. I like Troy over Merrimack. Usually I like Merrimack, but they have not looked good on the road this season. 0-1 on the road, and definitely have not looked good. And Troy has definitely looked pretty good. 3-0 to start the season. I'll take Troy. Lay the 5.5 at that one. And the other one I like in this time spot is, where is it? I like the Roos here plus the points. I think they keep it closer with Kansas State 19.5. I think everybody's jumped on them. They had a good start, but I think the Roos can keep it close. I think the Kansas State wins it by 14-15, not by 20. Give me the Roos plus the points in that one.
I like Merrimack against Troy. I think Merrimack is kind of an under-the-radar team that's really not that bad. I think Troy probably getting a little too much credit here. I also like Colorado State against South Carolina. Colorado State's been a force for years. I know they lost like a lot of their guys from last year's team, but they still have some guys back. And when you're good, you do well in the portal. And they did pretty well, I think. South Carolina has Jackson. He's really good. He's starting to get better like every game. And I think, his 1 year at South Carolina, he's probably going to be a pretty good one. But I think Colorado State's probably the better team. And the Mountain West just doesn't get any credit at all. But they're actually pretty good in hoops. They're just lousy in football this year. So the stigma. If you put money on Nebraska basketball, you're braver than I am. That's for damn sure. They've been bad for a long time. Brown against Stony Brook. Florida Atlantic against Bryant. UNC Greensboro against Towson. Indiana State versus North Dakota State. That's an interesting one. North Dakota State 0-3 on the season, but they did cover against Kansas. BU against Hartford. Richmond against Wichita. Boise against Charlotte. Another one, line dropper. Charlotte sucks, man. They suck. It's like, I don't know. College of Charleston against Davidson. People might be a little too excited about Charleston. I don't know. King of the overs, man, right? 165.5. Charleston, Davidson. Under. Monmouth, Norfolk State. South Florida versus Austin Peay. St. Joe's, Albany. Let's just stop there. Oh, no, we can go all the way to 7. We'll finish the 7s. East Tennessee State versus Arkansas Little Rock. Miami, Ohio, Marshall. Kentucky, South Carolina State. I thought they were playing South Carolina Upstate. I did totally the wrong video. I got the wrong team. I did the video. I posted it. It's the wrong team. It's like totally not even the same game that they're playing. I thought it was South Carolina Upstate. Totally different team. VCU and Pitt. VCU broke my heart yesterday. Bastards. They had it. They freaking had it.
Yeah.
Bums.
Bums.
Seriously, man. They had it.
Yeah.
They're winning the whole game.
Totally.
It's
They had
fucking
to.
Arizona State. You're not playing Kansas or something.
Yeah, that's how I felt about Canisius. They were like behind huge against Cleveland State, chasing the whole game, forced overtime, and then fell short.
Yeah, dumbasses.
Oh,
For these, there's a couple I do like in this time slot. I do like Wichita State plus the points against Richmond. I just think that's going to be a game that's going to come down to the final possession. Wichita, going to be the toughest defense that Richmond's faced this year, and I think the Shockers going to get after the Spiders here, throw everything at them, just make the Spiders uncomfortable. I don't know if Wichita wins that game outright, but I think they can keep it close. So I'm going to take Wichita State in that one plus the points. I'm also going to take Boise State laying the points against Charlotte. I don't see the line move. I think Boise just a far better team, and I'm going to take Charleston. I liked it a lot better, closer to 1 or even the 2 that I saw it at last night. But 3.5, I'll still play it, just not as strong. I just think Charleston, the much more battle tested team, and they've done well in that tougher schedule. Davidson's going to be fine in A10 play, but for right now, I just think Charleston's the play, so I'll lean towards the Cougars in that one.
Rod?
ones I like North Dakota State plus the points. That line move went up above double digits. I don't think the Sycamores win by double digits. I'll take North Dakota State plus the points in that one. And I like Monmouth here plus the points against Norfolk. I don't see Norfolk. They're 0-2 on the road, 1-1 against the number. I don't see them blowing out Monmouth by double digits. I think Monmouth can hang. I don't think they outright it or even get close to winning, but I think it's a 3-4 point win for Norfolk. I think that's too many points there. The other one I like Austin Peay here plus the points against South Florida. That's probably a 4 or 5 point win for South Florida. I think Austin Peay can keep it closer in that one as well. And that's all I like in that time. Well, actually, I like VCU to bounce back off their loss yesterday. Pittsburgh's not good. That line seems low.
I think the back-to-back hurts Pittsburgh more than it hurts VCU.
Right? So, got to take VCU
I
in
would
that one.
think so. I would think so.
I think they bounce back off their
I like VCU in that one too against Pitt. I also just go against St. Joe's almost every time, so I'm gonna have to stick with that strategy of going against St. Joe's. They're cursed. Just bad juju, you know. It happens. Sometimes they serve the nacho cheese with the pretzel.
Oh, I love the nacho cheese with the pretzel.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's so good.
They don't always do it, but sometimes.
No. Then I don't buy it.
You
You gotta have the nacho cheese, right? Then I don't want your pretzel.
I usually smother it in mustard. I smothered the pretzel in mustard. And
I'm not.
canned cheese product.
I like the canned cheese product.
Oh, I mean, we've just spent 40 minutes discussing it, so we understand. About to get a Velveeta shirt.
Sponsor us.
SIU, Southern Illinois, the Salukis up against Tennessee State. They're good this year, Southern Illinois, but I don't know, 14.5. LSU against the Privateers in New Orleans. The Frogs, TCU up against Louisiana Monroe. ULL versus Louisiana Tech. Alabama A&M and Samford. Texas A&M Corpus Christi versus Texas Rio Grande Valley. Illinois State versus Northwestern State, who's played 4 games this season. Can't blame them for trying. Elon up against North Dakota. North Dakota's so bad, they're 6.5 point dogs against Elon. Georgia Tech against Northern Illinois. UTSA versus Texas State. Tennessee Tech versus Coppin State. Marquette versus Long Island. I was supposed to do the video. I put a line through it. Said I'm not. Creighton versus UC Riverside. Chris?
Yeah, the couple I like here, I lean towards Marquette laying the big number. I know it's a huge number, but this LIU team is not good at all. I think Marquette, puts the clamps down on the Sharks and wins that game comfortably. I could easily see a 35-40 point win for Marquette in that game. And I lean towards Creighton as well. I just think this is going to be too big of a step up for UC Riverside. I think Creighton, started to flex their muscles a little bit. They had a rough start to the year, not necessarily a rough start, but they underperformed in their opener and then started to come on strong in the last couple games. And I think they just blow past UC Riverside here. I think they win this one by 20, maybe even 25 points. So I'm going to take Creighton in that one.
Rod?
The ones of these ones, I think I like Southern Illinois here, laying the 14 and win by 17, 18 points in that one. So I think they win and cover. So I'll take Southern Illinois in that one. And I'll take LSU. I think they pound the Privateers. Privateers have not looked good. And from what I remember when I bet the Privateers, don't bet them on the road. They're usually not very good on the road. So I'll take LSU to win by 30 plus in that one. And the other one, I agree, Marquette pounds LIU. Wins by 30 plus in that one. That's why it's shooting up. It's 29.5. Quick, get it quick before it hits 30. They easily move 30. Definitely the by far better team. Dominated from opening tip in that one. The only one I like in that time spot.
I like Illinois State over Northwestern State. Northwestern State beat TCU outright. And this is a rematch. Illinois State won the first one by 2 already. That was like last week or earlier this week, 5 days ago. Then they went and they beat TCU. Northwestern State did 64-63. I think they said screw you, Lease, as the clock was going off. 21.5-point dogs in that one. Kind of didn't hear a lot about it, right? Went right under the radar. 21.
Right under the radar.
Yeah, but it happened. But don't kid yourself. Illinois State will have the good pants on for this one. You got those pants, those striped pants. Yep, those are the best shorts in basketball. Take Illinois State over Northwestern State, who is an up-and-comer. Long Island University, the Blackbirds. Utah versus Sam Houston. Mississippi State versus South Dakota, the Coyotes. Minnesota versus Central Mich. Air Force versus Portland. Arizona State versus Michigan. Could have been VCU Michigan, but it wasn't. Montana versus St. Thomas. Arizona plays Utah Tech. Tulsa versus Loyola Chicago. San Diego, the Toreros versus Utah State. Hofstra against San Jose State, and Washington versus Cal Baptist. I did that video, man. That line's down like 5 points since then. It's like I said in that video, I'm like, you lay 9.5 points with Washington, you deserve to lose your money. It's like they stink, man. They have stunk for a long time. I mean, they looked a little better at times last year, but I mean they stink for a long time. I wouldn't even share my cheese with them. I don't even care, man. The cheese had to pay for a ticket. It's like I don't know how I could justify buying the cheese a ticket to a Washington game. I wonder what the get-in price for a bag of cheese is at the Washington game. Find out. Cheese has got a ticket. Chris, what do you think of these games?
Trust me, I've tried it. They don't have a discounted price for it. Trust me, I've tried. I like.
Is that a bag of cheese? He has a ticket.
You put a hat on it. A hat and sunglasses. You put a hat and sunglasses over the cap.
Is that cheddar flavor?
What's his name?
It's like,
Joe.
is it cheddar flavor? Just give the head nod.
um, for this last set of games. I like South Dakota plus the points against Mississippi State. I'm still fairly high on the South Dakota team. I think they got a great bunch of players that's gonna make life hard for other teams in the Summit League this season. And I don't know, maybe I think Mississippi State just a little bit overblown here. I think if Mississippi State wins this game, it's probably gonna be closer to 10. So I'd take South Dakota plus the points in that one. I also like Michigan against Arizona State. I know Arizona State's going to match up a little bit better than the Michigan yesterday. They got at least some bigger bodies in that lineup, but I still think Michigan just a far better team. I think they win that one by double digits. And one that I'm ticked off, I didn't put in as a premium. I like the under between Loyola Chicago and Tulsa. That's just, to me, a first to 65 wins that game if you even get that high. Two teams are going to play some physical defensive basketball. And I think that one's going to struggle to even get to the mid 120s, let alone 140.5. So give me the under between Loyola Chicago and Tulsa.
Rod?
These ones I like. Your get-in price for the Washington State basketball, you can be nice and close to. You can be a 10th row, $5. $5 will get you into that gym.
I wonder if they'll give us a 2-for deal with a discount on their tickets.
But I have cheese, so it's I get 2 for 1.
It's not just
It's like
cheese, Rod. It's bagged cheese. It's a bag.
It's like
of cheese.
you don't
cheese,
even want to.
right?
You don't even want to pay for the seat, so you put the bag of cheese on your lap and just bounce it like a baby.
Make sure he's got a little mustache. Call him Senior Cheese.
It's a bag of cheese.
I like the Bulldogs here. I think they win by 20 plus in that one. Pound. The other one I like it. Outright Portland Pilots on the road. Definitely not. And the other one, right? I like St. Thomas here over Montana. Montana hasn't looked good. It looked like a dumpster fire. And now all of a sudden you got to lay 4 points with them? No thanks. I'll take the Tommies here. Money line. I think they outright Montana in that one. And the other one, got to take Hofstra, of course. They've been rolling along their offense. 3-0 on the season. We're going to take Hofstra over San Jose State.
I like Cal Baptist against Washington. I like San Jose State against Hofstra. The line looks too light. That's one where I say you do look like the line, and I say it looks weird. I think Hofstra should be like 8-point favorites in that game. I don't know why it's so low. I like Central Michigan against Minnesota. Minnesota's always overrated. Pretty much circle it. I'll take San Diego, the Toreros here over Utah State because I went against Utah State the other day. They won, and I got hammered in the YouTube comments. So see if maybe we could stir up some comments as well from this one. I'll take San Diego Toreros on spite alone. Chris, you got a parlay for us?
Yeah, that I do. I'm going to go with the under in Loyola Chicago Tulsa. I'm going to go with I just had it. Indiana State laying the points and Murray State plus the points.
Murray, we're going to try to hit another one. We hit college hoops one yesterday. Let's go with another college hoops one today. Take VCU, lay the points. Take Monmouth plus the points. And we'll take the Tommies plus the points. Parlay those 3 up.
Reminds me, we hit the money line parlay yesterday too.
Nice.
I like the Kings, the over in the Kings game with the Clippers under. So under in the Clippers game, Kings and Kings over. Thanks everyone for joining us. We appreciate it. If there's any other cheese or potted meat products you feel we should be discussing, just let us know in the comments. Make it a winning day. We appreciate each and every one of you.